nasty rolling. We're kicking the flow. We're kicking the flow. And it goes a little something like this. Tag team back again. Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These three words mean you're getting busy. Whoa, there it is, hit me. Whoop, there it is. 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 Upside down and inside out, I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for it to get on the mic and make this motherfucking party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. There it is, let me hear you say, whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. A little louder. Whoop, there it is. Come on, y'all. Whoop, there it is. Louder. Whoop, there it is.
Good morning, C.E. Cole. This is Mrs. Williams.
And Mr. K.
Tag team's back again. Air high five. All right, today is Friday, September 26th, 2021. It is a day 6 on your cycle, so science and social studies today. Why don't we start off with the pledge to the flag. Would everybody please stand? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now for today's weather forecast, we're going to send it over to Mr. Hurricane Payne.
Thanks, Ms. Williams and Mr. K. That was fantastic. Hey, C. Cole, good to be back. Here's your weather for Friday and the weekend. This morning, you're waking up to sunny conditions with temperatures in the mid-30s, and it's going to warm up to the 45-degree mark. Not too bad. Then, tonight, stratus clouds are going to be rolling in. We're going to be getting steady rain throughout the night. Showers are going to be lingering around on Saturday. High's going to be in the 50s. And then Sunday, more rain to come. And that's just the pattern that we're stuck in right now. But don't worry, next week, temperatures still should stay warm, and we should see the sun again. Question today, coming from Miss Zuby. She asked, Mr. Payne, what's up with the falling iguana alert in Florida? And that was on their weather report, falling iguanas. Now, they are a lizard, they're cold-blooded, and Florida got a cold blast. And what ends up happening to these lizards is that because they're cold-blooded, they experience these extreme change in temperature and their bodies lay dormant. They spend much of their time up in the trees. Once their bodies lay dormant, they fall to the ground. And don't worry, they don't die, but they lay there for a while until the sun comes out to warm their bodies up and they can get energized again. But it was a real report that citizens in those areas should watch out for falling iguanas from trees. And that had to do with weather conditions. Thanks for that awesome question, Ms. Zuby. C. Cole, have a wonderful Friday and weekend. Mr. K, Ms. Williams, back to you.
All right, thanks, Mr. Payne. It's good to see all this nice weather return. Get about all that snowy stuff we've been seeing for the past couple of weeks. So, got a couple things to go over for announcements today. First, going to start off with important things that happened in today's date in history, February 26th. I got three specific dates three specific time periods that I'm going to share today. First, on February 26th in 1616, the Roman Inquisition delivered an injunction, which is kind of like an order to somebody, to Galileo Galilei, demanding that he abandon his belief in heliocentrism. If you're wondering what heliocentrism is, I'm going to tell you. Heliocentrism is the belief that the Earth and the planets revolve around the sun. So Galileo was actually the first individual to recognize that everything in our solar system orbits the sun. And at that time, the Roman government believed that that was false and were accusing him of spreading false information. So, fun fact that Galileo was correct in 1616, a little bit over 400 years ago. In 1863, President Abraham Lincoln signed the National Currency Act establishing one single U.S. currency. I didn't actually even know that we had multiple currencies before, so that was actually something pretty cool that I learned in reviewing this stuff. And in 1935, Mr. Fair, I hope you're paying attention. I know this is one that will probably interest you. The radar, radio detection and ranging, first was demonstrated by Robert Watson Watt, very frequently used in aircrafts and travel. So if you've ever flown in a plane before, you are a person who has benefited from the development and use of the radar to keep us safe and help us to travel. So those are 3 really cool things that I found that happened on today's date, February 26th in history. So,
All right, thanks, Mr. K. Also, some interesting facts, not necessarily about today, but this weekend. This is National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend. Thus the reason for the Girl Scout cookie display. So this year, Girl Scout cookie sales look different than they have in the past because of COVID, and Girl Scouts are not setting up their stands at grocery stores and different places, restaurants where they normally have. So all Girl Scout cookie sales are being done online this year. So if you're looking for Girl Scout cookies, you can look online and you can order some. But I wanted to tell you about the history of the Girl Scout cookies. So the Girl Scout cookies, the first Girl Scout cookies that were made and sold for a profit from the Girl Scouts were actually in 1917. A group of Girl Scouts made some cookies and they sold them in their high school cafeteria. That trend caught on, and in 1922, the Girl Scouts published a recipe for their first Girl Scout cookies, and you can look up this recipe and find it and make your own Girl Scout cookies on the Girl Scout cookie website. But in 1922, they published a recipe for their first Girl Scout cookies, and the cost of the ingredients to make 6 to 7 dozen cookies was between 26 and 36 cents to make 6 or 7 dozen. Now, what the Girl Scouts did is they sold the cookies then for 25 to 35 cents per dozen. So they were definitely making a profit on those. But still, 25 to 35 cents is quite cheap. In 1933, they had come up with a few more flavors. The initial ones were Thin Mints, shortbread, and the trefoils, which were like the peanut butter sandwich ones. They were 23 cents for 44 cookies, or you could buy 6 boxes for $1.24. Today, Girl Scout cookies are $4 a box. So I will share with you, if any of you are interested in getting some Girl Scout cookies, the flavors of Girl Scout cookies that are out for 2021. The new flavor is the Toast Yay, and that is a cute little sandwich looking shape, and I believe it is kind of like a French toast flavor cookie, and then it has icing on it. Thin Mints, which are always a favorite. Lemon Ups and Lemonades, those are 2 different ones. Shortbread, the Caramel Delights, or also known as the Samoas. The Peanut Butter Patties, which were originally known as the Tagalongs. The Do-si-dos, those were one of the original, the peanut butter sandwich. Toffee-tastic, Caramel Chocolate Chip, and Girl Scout S'mores. There's 2 different versions of those. So if you are looking for some Girl Scout cookies, there you go. Those are your options this year.
what are your favorite kind of Girl Scout cookies?
Definitely Thin Mints.
I
about
agree.
you?
It's hard to pick not Thin Mints. I don't know. I've never met a cookie that I didn't get along with, but if I had to pick one, maybe the Caramel Delights. What about you, Mr. Rankin? What do you think?
I definitely like the s'mores, but also just the classic shortbreads. Like I love dipping the shortbreads in tea.
Oh,
that sounds
nice.
really good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try that.
When I was on the Girl Scout website, there are cookie recipes, things that you can make using Girl Scout cookies. So, any of you culinary experts out there want to do some baking this weekend? There you go.
Take any pictures, send it to us, bring us some. So
Yes, drop them off at the door.
excellent. Well, that was pretty cool. I didn't actually know that
Yeah.
was when Girl Scout cookies started to be sold, 1917.
Last year, my neighbor was a Girl Scout cookie. Well, my neighbor was a brownie, and her mom was the leader. So we had a lot of instant access to Girl Scout cookies last year. All right, so it is the last Friday of February. Holy smokes, March is in a couple of days.
I know, hard to believe.
It is, and hard to believe that last year at this time things were normal.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
I know.
guys.
All right, hopefully we're getting back to more normal. All right, so That means that it is Student of the Month announcements. And again, I apologize if I mispronounce your name. I'm doing the best, and this is printed on a dark background, so I'm really struggling to see. All right, so here we go. This month, I believe the Student of the Month recipients are getting a certificate and a little surprise from Five Below. So look for that in the mail. Okay, so in 4th grade from the Kerr and Sola team, Madison Townsend. From Mrs. Lillis's room, Zoe Dombinsky. Mrs. McDevitt, Aiden Cintron. From the Tice Jussets team, Angelise Ovid. From the Barben Sharp team, Tanner Haar. Painter Cauldron team, Jocelyn Stout. And from Miss Enignas, Addison Wrights. So congratulations, 4th graders. In 5th grade, from Miss Zuby's class, Anelia Magrino. In Mrs. Sager's class, Jose Santiago. From the Snyder Dong team, Kimberly Ortiz Montalvo. In the Anton Romiak class, Musu Cisse. In the Armstrong Gatone team, Thomas Herzog. In the Kemmerer Hawes team, Janelise Cintron Albino. And from Miss Wenzel's class, Delia Matno Passu. Congratulations, 5th graders. All right, moving on to 6th grade in the Williams Fair team, Anthony Torres Rodriguez. In the Mr. Man Myron team, Crystalline Martinez. Bag and Stowe's Rupert team, Gloria Hernandez. Mr. Rankin's class, Shauna Slaughter. From Mrs. Wallace's class, Janelise Delval Reyes. From Mrs. May's class, Kathy Zavala. And from the Kapuzinski Freeze team, Issa Shea Estella. Congratulations, 6th graders. All right, moving on to specials. From Mr. Ango for Phys Ed, Moses Felice from Moses Felice Teneo for Mrs. Painter's class. And from Mrs. Walter for Phys Ed, Natalie Navarro from Mr. Rankin's team. In art from Mrs. McGowan, Evan Hausman from Miss Tice's room. In music from Mr. DeWalt, Liliana Delgado from Miss Jessett's class. In music from Mr. Reininger, Bella Blackschidler in Mrs. Freeze's class. In band from Mr. Fig, Bryson Smith from Mrs. Sager's class. Also from Mrs. Sager's class for STEM from Miss Nelson is Felanice Santa. In guidance for 4th grade from Mr. K, Jasmine Ramirez Avila from Mrs. Barben's class. In guidance for 5th grade from Mrs. Votasic, Mia Ramos in Mrs. Anton's class. And rounding out the list in 6th grade for guidance from Mrs. Siegfried is Rodrigo Moreno in Mrs. May's class. So congratulations to all of the Student of the Month winners for February.
Excellent job, guys. Thanks for all your hard work. So, well deserved. All right, few more announcements before we get out of here for today. I'm going to talk. We are looking for new participants for our STARS group. So the STARS stands for Skills to Achieve Respect and Success, which is just a fancy way of saying we can do fun stuff and talk about anything that affects you as a CE Cole student and a kid in this world. These groups are open to all students in grades 4, 5, and 6 here at CE Cole. If you join a STARS group, you will meet once a week for about 30 minutes during the school day to do some fun activities and talk about whatever issues are on your mind. There are about 6 to 8 meetings that run for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then a new set of groups will begin. The next round of STARS group will focus on staying connected to one another during virtual learning, dealing with stress and anxiety, and having fun. The groups are led by Miss Deanna Snyder, who has been running groups at Muhlenberg for many years. She is an awesome person, she is an awesome group facilitator, and a one-of-a-kind person. If you ask a student who has been one of Miss Deanna's groups, they will tell you she is nice and so much fun, is willing to do anything that she can to help you to be successful and help out in any way.
And she just got a new puppy.
And she did just get a new puppy, so she will show you pictures or videos of her new puppy, which is an extra added bonus. If you would like to participate in a STARS group, you will need your parents' or your guardian's permission. An announcement will be sent today to parents on Class Dojo with a permission form for parents to complete. Ask your parent to complete the form, and we're going to do our best to get you guys into a group so that you can enjoy and make some connections with some new friends and learn some stuff. So that is our STARS group, so keep an eye out for that.
And one final reminder about today is the deadline for your parents to let the office know if you are planning on staying 100% virtual when we do return to school. So if they have not done so yet, if that's something that you're choosing, please make sure you contact the office by the end of the day today.
So for our outro, one thing I've been learning in 4th grade is in their ELA classes, they've been writing haikus. And for those of you who are unaware of what a haiku is, it is a 3-sentence poem with 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables.
Yep.
All right, good. I'm glad I didn't get that wrong because that would
You
have
are
been
correct.
very embarrassing. So Mr. K did his homework. All right, so I wrote 2 haikus for myself. One that I think personally affects me, and one from my very good friend Mrs. Williams to signify our tag team. So my first one is rumbling and grumbling. My stomach wants to be fed. When will lunchtime come? Something I think every single day Mr. K loves to eat. Always wondering when lunchtime is.
Good.
First lunch, second lunch, third lunch.
Do you get all of
First
them?
dinner, second dinner, dessert, 1, 2, and 3. Love you. And our last haiku to take us out today.
Love it.
Tag team back again. Williams and Claw here to say, have an awesome day. See you, Cole. Oh, thank you.
I have a really random fact.
Okay, there we go.
This
We're
is
getting back.
a good one, and it'll leave you thinking. A burger has no front or back until you start eating it. Speaking of eating, there you
That
go.
was perfect.
It was.
All right, guys. See you, Cole. Have a great day. Tag team's out.
All right, see ya. Happy weekend.
Bye, guys.